Thermal. So you should be able to see me in there. Sorry, gentlemen, this is going to really work in my favor tonight. That means I'm the hottest thing inside the frame right now, if you could see me. So red, orange, and yellow guy. So we're looking for blue and black. Those are the coldest spots in the frame. So we are looking for them to either take shape or to start moving on their own. When I say taking shape, I want a head, shoulders, moving arms, and legs. Like, that's what we're looking for. That's what we've caught in the past. And now I got you in. I can see the look of intrigue now.
So, like, the same thing we're looking at right now, but the other color.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And again, we're going to have like blue and black in there because obviously I'm a point of reference for the heat in the frame. So it's always going to kind of put that as a point of reference, like the glass on the window of the cars behind me should be blue, if that makes sense. So blue or black for that matter, because glass is always going to hold on to the windy temperature. It's always going to go to the extreme. So again, we are going to have blue and black in there. That's where I'm looking for it to actually take shape. So the other piece of this is I have a blue dot bouncing around the screen. The blue dot is there to show you the coldest spot in the frame at that moment. So I'm looking normally for 15 plus degree temperature drops. It is about 50 degrees ambient for us out here tonight, so I'm going to be looking for 35 degrees and colder out of that blue dot when I'm spot checking your video. So this guy is super great when we do capture something. I do capture maybe, we'll just say 4 to 5 solid pieces per year. It's the first of the year, so maybe we'll start off with a bang. So again, does it capture something every night? Not necessarily, but if we're not recording, we're not going to capture. Just because slow, try to move your cameras as slow as possible when you guys are moving around the space. We're lucky enough where there are no cars parked in here tonight, so we got the whole place to ourselves. So we'll spend probably, I would say, 8 to 10 minutes here actually investigating. That's usually how long it takes me to do a full round robin with everybody, once or twice, and then we'll see what we got going on. So Barbie, you're going to stay behind with me. And what number 5 things?
We're actually asking questions aloud.
You can either ask it out loud or you can just focus on it. We're right home right now.
I just heard it over the radio.
Allie, it was 55. It was 55. It was 1955. Was the ad?
Yeah, but this is electric, like a magnetic, like goes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Mine's not time.
Yeah. Sorry, you're right.
Actually. I got to 56, and I thought, oh, maybe, I don't know, it might just be that. I swear I walked close to that, and it went down to like 2.
That could be something. 56?
56.
Didn't he say anything over 2.5?
10. I got like 16.
you get anything, babe?
Not yet.
Did Ash see your stuff?
What?
Did Ash see your stuff?
I'm not sure.
That must be the air conditioner. Look,
Is it cold?
see?
Yeah.
The blue?
Yeah.
Sure.
Anything?
No, just the air conditioner.
These are your slugs. I have to go check it out with my family. Oh, dang, that's cool. Oh, that there it goes.
Let's see your thing. Did you get any? What was your?
Highest was a 56, but I got a 50 again.
You did?
Mad as hell. Everyone is going crazy.
Okay.
I put my trust in 40 days.
What's with the number 40 tonight? Second time we've had it. So Linda, she has the word trust too.
I'm sorry.
Let me know if it goes any, like, if it's staying at steady 2.45, it's probably coming from the right coast, so we might want to keep it at. But if it's steady reading usually means it's coming from something man-made. So if it goes any higher than that, definitely let me know for sure.
Well, I'm sorry. Let me know.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it. How reason sugar?
Okay.
I heard it. And this is what I see. Four. My four.
Thank you. Got the mind forward. Any words being spelled out for us?
Nope.
Okay. Alright, so Steve, you want to keep that camera on your left.
Oh, like this?
Yep.
Sorry.
So I would stop it and restart it.
Started doubting myself when I heard it, but I heard 40.
Oh yeah.
Usually when you guys give me numbers like that, I'm always looking at dates. So that's right now. 20. Let's see when it comes up. 20th. April. 20. Could be the time. Stuff that I'm doing. But this location used to be called Duelers Alley. This is where some of the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. It's called Philadelphia Alley now. I don't know how long you guys are going to be staying here in town, but a lot of people like to come here again after you've spent time with me here to test things out for yourself. But let's kind of get into it. Every ghost story tells the same story. I'm just going to give you different details out of it because you are ghost hunting. You're not on a campfire marshmallow kind of ghost story. So a doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. So wherever you're going to be looking specifically for the letters R.I. in that order for Rhode Island. The doctor's name was Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. For those of you listening to Spirit Boxes while we're here, if you hear the song Brown Eyed Girl, it's not coincidence. It's part of his name. We get it all the time. But anyway, he moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. Now, she has an attorney helping her out with all of this cash flow that she's getting, and the attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. So he tells Amanda to get rid of the doctor. Dr. Ladd moves down here to Charleston to prove that he's not after her money. On his way into town, the coachman he had set him up to be robbed and killed. It wasn't a good start to his stay here in Charleston. By the way, it's kind of like having a really bad Uber driver these days. But somebody was walking by and seeing what was about to happen. The somebody walking by was named Ralph Isaacs. Ralph has the same initials as where the doctor came from. I was getting the letters RI all the time from regular spirit boxes, so I actually bought that device specifically for this location. We've had the letters RI several times in the past 9-10 months that I told you I've had that device for. Now, Ralph tells the doctor, dude, I know this guy. He's going to try to kill you. He's got a gunman inside. Come with me. I got friends at 59 Church Street. You can rent a room. You'll be safe and good to go. The doctor took him up on the offer. The two gentlemen became friends. The longer the doctor stays here, the more money he's making. He's proving his point. He's not after Amanda's money. She gets wind that he's doing pretty well for himself, and she's coming down so they can be married. Dr. Ladd then became known as the Whistling Doctor. It's part of the reason why I was taking this location out of my routes, is because every haunted city has a cliched whistling ghost. We all have one. Ours just happens to be a doctor. So, Dr. Ladd and Ralph go see plays together. They cannot sit next to each other at these plays because the doctor makes more money. That's the hierarchy of Charleston. He gets better seats. So on the way home, after seeing Richard III one night, they're arguing over the new actress. Dr. Ladd thought she was great. Ralph didn't. Then Ralph starts insulting the doctor's fiancée back home in Rhode Island. Pretty kind of a jerk move on his part. They start arguing and they go their separate ways. But Ralph has friends around town, like I told you before. He goes to the newspaper, tells the newspaper to place an ad telling what he thinks of the doctor. Basically, you're a disgrace to society kind of mentality. Dr. Ladd saw this ad that Ralph placed and rebutted with, let's go to Dueler's Alley. Somebody's going to die over this argument. Every line that I'm about to tell you at the next stop. It is also a 50-50 roll of the dice. Now, so far, we've had a pretty light night other than some of the readings that we've gotten from our EMF reader. So, Wes, did your numbers go up here at all, by the way? I don't know if you've been watching. So, when I give you the history of that space, it's a great, fantastical story, and hopefully we're going to get some answers out of it. But hopefully we'll also get answers out of this particular location on top of that. Because remember, we're going to actually exit the way we came in, because I can't take you all the way down that way. Before we leave the space, the gate. I always stop at the gate on purpose because not a whole lot of people know why it's actually here. Remember I told you that the alley didn't go all the way through that way? If there was a loser to the duel behind me, this was the shortcut to get to the cemetery on the other side of the wall. Otherwise, they have to walk all the way down to Queen Street and then double back with a dead body before they can go celebrate with the winner. So the wrought iron gate was probably put here in the early 1900s, but you can see that the archway is definitely part of the original wall. So again, that's why it was put there. I call it the Death Gate. Because again, it couldn't go up all the way down, around that way. Not to mention that the original Charlestown Wall was up that way. So very interesting piece. Not a whole lot of people know that. So with your cameras, if you guys want to keep them running until we get up around the corner, that's completely up to you because we're only going the short round. But if there is any other tours up there, which I doubt that there will be, we'll just stay out of their way. Because again, we're the weirdos out here. So Lynn, did you get any turns while we were here?
Nothing that stuck out. Anything that we were talking
Okay,
about.
I'll take a look at it again once we get over there. Did anybody else hear anything or see anything pop up? Steve, you finally catch us something?
No.
Nothing yet? That's the bad part about that being on a cell phone, is that it is small. Nose to dog, right? It's like our. So now that you know how to get to it, I mean, what were the last couple of turns right at the top of it?
Correct. Keep away data when paying somebody criticism. So
So I have something else to go on with. It's interesting. You have that you're waiting. I can see you.
No, you're fine. I'm just. What are all these people doing? John. Yeah. I got regret.
you got a treasure.
Is it like further back by the Pinckney place?
Well, it would have been right as we were going to the alley.
Okay. So we're gonna have that lead over. So I'm actually waiting for John to show up because you have the number 20. We talked about Big John at the very top of our night. His jersey number was 20. However, nobody knows where he's buried. My suspicion, because his funeral services did take place here in downtown Charleston, he was buried at St. Joe's Church. And I can't tell you how many times we've gotten things directly relevant to him as we were in Philadelphia Alley. So, did you get the number 20 as we entered it?
Yes. Now I got correct.
There. I was like, wait, I was in the back, but I was like walking like
which leg it was. I'll be honest. All I know is that it was a kneecap, but you would be correct. It was Thomas Pinkney that I was able to prove. He was in the left leg. That wasn't a kneecap necessarily. But yeah, that would be the first time that somebody's had leg pain over there, or even at the Pinky Mansion site because of Thomas Pinkney. So, skeptic is. Any craziness going on, Bruce?
I got FRI.
FRI is in Friday.
Friday, maybe, yeah.
Interesting. Anything coming out of yours besides regrets?
I got red and blue.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, those are both actually relevant.
Oh.
Yeah, so remind me to write this on the second and the name John. Wow, you guys are actually pretty, this is actually turning out to be okay then. We started off pretty slow, but I think we're doing all right. We're starting to pick up the pace a little bit. The blue is only, I'm going to just point that one out just because that's another one with the St. Philip's Church over there. Is Eliza's husband is very present. So sometimes we'll get kind of like an introduction. More excited about being after
I heard screaming. Yeah, that was a scream. I heard Rick scream. Whoa.
What do you think, Steve? You're like the one person I haven't really talked to yet.
Yeah.
Is this what you guys think you signed up for?
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
What did I hear
I love
so
that
far?
camera, by the way.
It's crazy.
I've upgraded that thing like 3 times.
I bet it's every month it's probably better, right?
Well, it's the actual hardware. So I think that in my 4 years of being out here with this, that is my 3rd upgrade. So I started off with like the most basic thing, and then upgraded, and now it's got the blue dots with the center crosshairs. The other ones didn't do that.
Yeah.
But I think the next upgrade I could possibly do is to actually just put it on an iPad.
Yeah. Make it bigger.
And that's
right away.
more, well, it'd make it bigger for you guys, but on my end, it would upload a lot quicker.
Oh, okay.
Because the SLS camera, the Faith is using, that's an iPad. And that thing uploads in like 5 minutes.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it's like ready to watch. Like it'll be
That's
like 90
crazy.
minutes worth of video, and I'm ready to watch it.
It's crazy.
But yeah, the FLIR, I love that camera.
It's nice.
I use it around the house too.
Yeah.
I mean, dryer was broke one day. We couldn't find the leak. Like, wife says, "Why is the ghost hunting bag out?"
Well, the dryer's not working, right?
Yeah. But yeah, that thing is fantastic.
Yeah, it was funny because we were in the other parking lot and I saw blue. It was different, but that air conditioner was running.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, that's got to be the air conditioner. And sure enough, I walked over there and you could kind of see the square outline. So
No, that's
it
good
was,
to know.
yeah, it's kind of neat. So I was like, oh, there might be something over there. But
Well, you
So
still
far-
are able to take a look at it.
so far, everything's been cold up in the sky.
Yeah.
There hasn't.
With a space like this, like obviously everything besides the ground is going to be cold.
Right.
So I'm usually looking for things against the orange and yellows to see if there's like something
Oh,
blue
okay.
going by, or if a figure's going to show up. Things like that. So
Yeah, I was looking for something like just walking.
the things I have caught with this of like folks moving or figures, like they're plain as day. Like you can't mistake what they
yeah.
are.
You're like, oh yeah.
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 And one of the best ones came from an 8-year-old little girl using that one night.
That's crazy.
Of course, she had it recording while we were walking, so she's got it up and down. So I was literally like
Oh,
freeze
yeah.
frame, and I was able to piece it together. So
And
we
a little
could see
sick
it.
to your stomach, probably.
Well, I'm used to that. Yeah, and I watch it in double time. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything going on?
I heard Heads Carolina twice.
You did?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, baby.
Any questions?
Mm-mm.
This is what I've got so far. Screams is just what I heard. Did you hear anything?
Heads Carolina.
I'm hearing like a voice a couple times. Like your voice kind of static. I can hear what she's saying.
You getting the gist of how to listen to that?
Yeah.
Have you gotten anything yet?
I heard I'll take her. I'll take her anywhere, and then I heard like the tune of the song again, and then it switched.
No, I ain't getting anything yet.
Tell her about the orbs.
No.
Dad, I heard throw out and soaring eagle. I've been getting a lot of financial aids.
So I don't expect a whole lot out of this case if we do get anything exciting. Not a big deal. What you guys keep me around for? You should have like a point, like a decimal point in between.
Get anything else?
I heard I Need a Prayer by Jelly Roll. Oh, I heard it again. All I Need. I was there for you.
I don't like it.
10:30. Can you hold this for a minute? Sure. Are you sure you don't want this? I don't. We said 5 or 6 places. We've only been 3.
I think he likes the pirate. I think he likes the pirate. You didn't record anything so far?
No, I got like 30 minutes
of
here.
nothing?
Well, he said once you get it on a bigger screen, you can see better.
Oh, so you could be getting it.
I could be getting stuff. I just don't know.
Oh, yeah, 2.3 over here. 2.3 over here. I got a
Oh,
spark.
that makes sense.
That one will give you, like, I've measured that several times. Any numbers, Wes?
Around 2.2, 2.4.
Okay. So that's standard of what we would expect out of this location.
Lower as I walk towards it.
And you'll see as we kind of move through it differently. So I'm excited. We did get the word black on there. We did get the word jail and hanging. Linda's actually had most. All of y'all. I just say you guys.
It was only 20%.
So she's doing pretty well out of hers. So we did get a couple of things out of it. We did hear the word tummy. I told you how she, stabbed the servants with a knife to the belly. So I'll take tummy is kind of like that same kind of relevant thing. We got a lot of names. I don't know what they mean. So Emily, Amelia, and Randall. I don't know who any of those people are. Just so you guys have that thought. And I'm not afraid to say I don't know something. I actually get excited when I have to write something down I don't know because that means I get to research it. See if there's an actual tie. We'll kind of see what I come up with out of that. If not, then it would just be in your notes. It's just something that was heard in real time. You guys remember that heated warning I gave you guys at the top of the night? Headache, nausea, So this location is the reason why. So a couple of years ago, month of September, a few degrees warmer than where we are now. Took my team to the back like I always do, and the kid next to me starts to faint. He's passing out on me. I call him a kid because he's like 21, 22 years old. So I have to pick him up by his armpit so he doesn't hit his head on the ground. His boyfriend picked him up from the other side of him. We brought him over here to the wall, and he's feeling better after I got him some water. They were okay with me continuing on and telling the story that I've already told you about Ann Bonnie. This used to be the last stop, so I spread everybody out, go have fun, let me know what happens, and then we'll regroup. These two guys pull me aside. Nick, we have to tell you, we are 2 transgender males. I had 2 females dressed like males, just like Ann and Mary in the story on the tour. So this is the weird stuff that I see, where it made sense, but there's still no explanation. That's why I give that heated warning at the top of every single night. This is a real deal for me. I do get a lot of psychics and mediums that want to come test out their abilities with me. A lot of them are self-proclaimed and will leave the tour after I basically debunk them and they get pissed off and they leave. But the ones that are true to what they do, a lot of times they will pass out if I didn't know that they were a psychic and I gave them a spirit box that they have to listen to. That's 2 different types of messaging. I see it all the time. They just didn't tell me that they were a psychic or a medium. I didn't know that about them, so I gave them something different. But again, I've actually had to call the emergency services several times because of instances like that. So that's the reason why I give that warning. Let's kind of go over the quick answers for Ann Bonnie. We didn't get a whole lot of things going on. Obviously, Linda's list being the most prominent.
And when we were standing there, it came up Ivy. As soon as we got there and I looked down, Ivy came up and there was
We were
Ivy.
next to the Ivy wall.
We were near Ivy
The
wall.
word black showed up, which we often get here, which is funny because a lot of people get that answer when they're asking about Anne Bonny's hair. It's not relevant to her hair because we all know now that it's red because I told you preemptively. But the word black is relevant because anytime I'm talking about pirates, what's the first pirate you think of?
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard. Right. Blackbeard does have a small history here in Charleston, so there might be something else relevant in there. What's weird is we get it here all the time. So you kind of have to take these things for what the patterns of what they are. Again, we don't always get it, but I can't say that I've heard or seen the word black in most other places that we're going to be visiting. So take that for what it is. Anne Bonny, one of the few pictures you can find of this young lady where she actually has a shirt on. The reason why is she used to bare her breast to show men that they were just killed by a woman. You have to remember, she's wearing male pirate garb. So she has to show the guy she just shot before he dies that, haha, you were killed by a girl. So that's, I told you, she was kind of a badass even back then, right? So color of her hair is obviously red, as you guys can all see. And Steve, you can, he's like, yep, now I can definitely see that it's definitely a red hair. Because you kind of made that, eye roll earlier, like not all Irish women are red haired. But the names of her parents were William Cormac, Mary Brennan. This was not another subliminal trick with the Mary.
Brennan, that name came up earlier. I had that. Remember asking, can I ask you something like Brendan or something?
Brendan.
Brendan?
Yeah, but that was pretty early in our night.
Yeah, it was.
So Brennan would have been double N, no D.
Yeah, I think it's
But
Brennan.
yeah, I could see where you're getting that.
Yeah.
Linda's going to get a job with me later. But Mary, this was just, I know we had two in the story. This was not another subliminal trick. We just happen to have two. Which, by the way, Mary Brennan happened to be a servant for the Cormac family. Now you can guess on how Dad met Mom, and you would be correct. So take that for what it's worth. The city where Anne grew up was Cork, Ireland. So nobody gave me the word Cork in your findings. I also like to show you what Calico Jack looked like. So Calico Jack was named that because of the jackets that he wore. They came from British captains. You broke it. The British captains that he killed, he would steal their jackets and wear them. So textiles were very important to the Rackham family because his father was a tailor. So Calico Jack basically means fancy jacket. So depending on which book on pirates you're reading, they may even tell you that that's also where the phrase fancy pants came from. But I don't see where that actually ties into the name Jack, but take it for what it is. The name of his ship was called the Kingston. I don't expect the word Kingston to show up on any of our spirit boxes except for Bella's, just because it does pick up more disembodied voices than the rest of y'all's. The rest of you, the word king would suffice. Did you hear something?
I heard me and you, reason, and burning.
But as far as the word king, it's the same mentality of what color is a big red barn, and we hear the word blood. So sometimes they can only grab what they can grab, and that's what we're going to be able to use.
When you're talking about his jacket, mine came up characteristic.
I could see it. It's a stretch, but I still like it. I'm not going to count it as evidence, but you see where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
So the next two locations are going to be different than what we've been doing. So what we've been doing, obviously, has been working as a group and kind of spreading out into one spot. The next two spaces, we're going to be working together, all in one group. So the next location is the new space. We're going to be using my new EVP recorder. Bella's going to be sitting on a set of steps, and she's going to have a set of headphones on, and this EVP recorder can basically hear a frog fart from 3 miles away. Yeah, it's crazy. So it is pretty nuts. We will be recording the entire session while we're there. We'll only be there for about 8 to 10 minutes because, again, I don't know everything because it is a murder mystery. I'll tell you what is known about the murder mystery, and you guys are going to come up with questions of what we could ask to get this young lady to come speak with us. The next location after that, our grand finale of a night. So, how are we going to do this? Who's sticking? Allie, are you going to stick with your spirit box?
Yeah.
Okay. Allie is going to be blindfolded. And
Estes method?
We're going to be doing the Estes method. So she's going to be blindfolded and have that set of headphones on. Did you guys not know this was going to happen?
We did not know that.
What?
Wow.
She knows what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's been researching. She knows what she's doing. So we're going to talk to Allie as if she is our ghost. And she's not going to know the history of the location, so she is not going to know what to listen for, and she's not going to be able to hear me asking questions. Secondly, we're going to take Lauren, and we're going to put a virtual reality headset on you, and it is going to use AI imagery with the EMF around us to hopefully generate images complementary to Allie's conversation with me. What you're going to about to go through is about 45% accurate with her session, because we're only going to keep you guys under for 10 minutes. So with this, yours is about 1 out of 3 sessions is accurate. But with the images you're about to see, you might see one image, you might see a dozen. I never know how many are going to come up, and it is using the EMF of my phone once it'll be in the virtual reality box. And these images, I don't know what they are because they've never been generated before. So you're going to describe them as she's going through the Estes method. You'll be able to hear my questioning, but you're also not going to know the history. So the two of you are going to sit on a bench together while I take the other 7 people and teach them the very quick, short history, and then we're going to come back and talk to the two of you as if you're the ghost. Is that fair to everybody? I like to keep...
You said it was a murder mystery. Was this recent or past? Like, this time? To keep questions where we want them.
So the next location is the murder mystery.
Okay.
Which that was in 1933. You're jumping the gun on me. Now, what we're going to at the last, because there is one location where we're going to blindfold these two at the last stop. So that's one stop after that.
Right.
So the murder mystery is in 1933, in case you were wondering. So we are going to be going up about 2.5 blocks. I definitely want you listening along the way.
Okay.
You guys get the point with the video cameras. Very much no point in recording
Right.
until we get into that location. EMF readings, again, you're going to get a couple of high spikes once we get in front of Circular Church Graveyard. You can ignore those readings. If you guys get anything along that one corner, I would be curious to know if we're getting anything, especially at yours west, because I don't think we've been using that one at that corner at all. But yeah, let's go listen to frogs fart and then blindfold people. That sounds like a good
Right.
I got Take My Name and Make It Yours.
I had Dig a minute ago.
Did you? Mm-hmm. You had a little treasure earlier too, didn't it? Hey, definitely talking pirate returns. Got the whole pirate story
You're a
going on.
pirate? This is not about. Other than getting hung with like dirty dogs.
There's not your foot back.
No, I'm good, thank you.
Hi, Jackie.
Are you sure?
I don't eat it.
One. I heard one.
That's flag.
You said one earlier, didn't you? 6. I heard 6. 1 and 6. Avenue, maybe. I can't tell after that. I just heard 6 very clearly. 16? I don't know. 1, 6.
I like it.
So cool, isn't it?
This is the left shoe on the other day. Big door.
Yeah.
A lot of times it makes people nauseous and I already don't feel good.
Oh, well then.
I think we should actually do it.
You want me to do it? I will.
No, I think you should.
Why?
Because I want to block it. I would rather pass.
By the way, this isn't our stop, but I wanted to point something out along our way. This is the
You want to do it? You can do it.
So most of you have a QR code. Can you move that for a second? Yeah. Most of you have a QR code on your devices. If you guys want my business card, that's my business card. Android, you would tap it. Apple users, you would scan it. And then it'll put all of my information, including all my social media stuff, website, email address, phone number, all that stuff right into your phone. So it gives you guys something to do along the way.
Are you sure? This is something you've been excited for.
I want to see you
Give
guys
her, give her time. She might change mine.
You decide.
Move your foot back down. Fine.
No, you get warm for a while. It's not helping?
It's
Are you
helping,
okay,
but-
Dad?
I'm great.
I'm not cold.
I can borrow Allie's coat if I need something.
Yeah, you might.
Dad, we are.
Fat guy, and you just go.
Oh. Oh, you didn't hit the curb.
Like you did.
That's a bad car.
Sorry. Like you did in your car?
Oh, too soon.
Hey, at least I don't back in it upstairs.
Oh, bro.
In the same car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one. Oh, those things are scary.
Oh, there's something walking here. Oh.
Bigfoot. Wrong sword.
Yeah. Dang it.
Cryptids is daytime. That's when we go out there. I can't can't get over like how there's nobody out there.
I know, it's crazy.
I always look at like the previous year. I tell you what happened on this holiday.
Right.
I want to say like it was crazy.
Last year?
Yeah. That's why I stayed open this year.
Otherwise, I would have been home.
No, I mean, if there's no orders out, I definitely want to be available.
Right.
I stay open every day of year anyway.
Yeah, if someone books, right?
And I was sold out like all of the good weather days last week too. So I was kind of thinking, oh, I should have pretty good, just like last year.
Right.
Were you guys down here yesterday?
Yes.
How was it down here last night?
Oh, it wasn't too bad. I didn't think.
I take off here. I got a dog.
Yeah.
On my fireworks. That wind, everybody was complaining about.
I heard half the price.
All of my people for tomorrow canceled. It's supposed to go down to 41, which is
Oh,
cold for us. I noticed if it goes below 45, that's when people start like dropping like flies.
Yeah. Takes the fun out of it. No, I'm good.
You might want to mute that spirit box when we pass this other group.
I hear it go people. And when we like graveyard, I heard United. Like goodbye.
No, I'm trying to cut back. Yeah, this is redundant. No, it's not.
No, I was like, hey, this is the whole thing.
Oh, that. Oh. Looks like a window.
Yeah. heard Gina Louise said how.
So, yeah, she can hear frog bark from a mile away. You guys will get the full recording back. That is one thing that I will listen to from start to finish as I learn more about that Gills recorder. It's a multi-channel recorder. It's not like the little one that's on my back. So the reason I stopped here is because a murder happened 2 blocks that way. Remember I told you I had limitations? Like what we talked about a doctor. Just seeing Linda's face go perfect red. I'm like, she's not that cold. Hang on. But the reason why we stopped here is because this is a limitation as far as I'm allowed to take you for this murder mystery. Because again, it happened 2 blocks that way. It's more in the residential areas. We also stopped here because the woman that was murdered is buried right there at St. Michael's Church. So here's how this goes. November 1st, 1933. Woman fell to the ground. She starts screaming in pain. So we're going to walk by. I thought actually fell. I just happened to look backwards and I'm like, geez, a coat matches your blanket. So, pretty darn close. But anyway, so this woman falls to the ground and she starts screaming in pain that a man hit her and that the pain hurts her so she knows she's gonna die. Her name is Mary Ravenel. She came over here from the Mount Pleasant area and came over that very large bridge. That is the Ravenel Bridge. This is a very prominent name here in Charleston. When she's on the ground, somebody drove by. It's 1933, so picture that kind of badass car too, by the way. And somebody sees her on the ground. They stop to help and see what's going on, but they helped her into their car and took her to the hospital. That's down at St. Wilfrid's where MUSC sits now. It's like 3 or 4 miles away. So our person who hit her got away. She gets down to this hospital and she has a doctor and a nurse. The doctor's name is Dr. James Avery Finger. We've had Avery and Finger show up while we've been at this location, and the nurse's name was Nurse Glasscock. We can only assume that she was female because we don't have her first name. Now, Mary dies on their table, and they don't know how or why. They send her to the coroner in the autopsy room, and they find a scrape underneath her right arm and a bullet hole in her ribcage. Basically, the bullet got lodged inside of her ribcage and caused internal bleeding, and she died a very slow and agonizing death. Her jewelry was intact. They noticed that the bullet hole did not have any gun residue on it, so this was not a close-range shot. What questions do we want to know? Okay.
Who hit her before she was shot?
All she said was, a man hit me. So we know that she may have saw them and that they are a man.
How do we even see it?
Yeah, just like does she know the man?
Don't know that either. What we're hoping for is you guys come up with questions. She's going to hear the answers. That's the hope here.
When we were talking about her falling and getting into the car, I heard save me.
What we have caught so far with this recorder is a voice, not ours. Nice quiet night, just like this, and somebody screaming, help, help, in the background. About a week later, we caught it again, only it said, help me, I fell down. And that was coming off in the distance as well. So, we've also heard a few whispers. I can't make out the whispers. So, again, I'm not afraid to say that I can't make it out. I tried to clean it up, but this audio doesn't get any clearer than what I can't clean it up. That's as clear as it's ever going to get. That's the beauty of it. Kind of freaky, isn't it? So,
Whenever you first started to talk, I heard the man in a low voice he started talking, but I didn't want to interrupt you. There was he was talking for a brief minute. I kind of sort of I heard him say to shut up, but maybe I'm just
interesting. We'll see if it's in the background. Maybe it was the couple that was walking by. Because even with them down that far, where we would have started, where they were way down there, she would have heard them as if one of us was standing next to each other. So again, I'll listen to it and see what's coming up out of there. What other questions would we ask? Wes, I see the wheel spinning. What do you got?
I was just curious what she meant by a man hit her, physically or talking about the bullet that hit her.
And I don't think even she knew at that point. So again, when they got down to even the hospital, when the doctors asked her what happened, she's like, I don't know, a man hit me. That's all she said.
How did she know it was a man?
How was there no bleeding?
Well, the other weird thing too is that the scrape underneath her arm was almost like she warded off the bullet. So it's a good possibility that she may have knew this person and was covering up that maybe this was some type of accident. Again, there's so many different theories we can come up with, but until we have full-blown answers, I don't have them. So that's why I've been picking your guys' brains on how do we know if a man actually hit her? Did she know she was shot? What happened with the blood? That's a good question too.
They found it after she died, like in ambulance.
I found it odd as well. But we also don't know how long she was laying on the ground. If there wasn't much bleeding at the very beginning of this bloodshot, of the gunshot, and then they put her into the car and didn't realize how much blood was on the ground. Again, none of us were there. That's why we're trying to find answers.
And how did the man even go though? That point.
That's a good question too. It's a small bullet. It's a 38.
Oh, that makes sense. More like coming there shot by like Great Gun to be accurate, especially with guns back then.
A lot of what my folks have been coming up with is that maybe this was because she was a very prominent woman here in Charleston, that maybe somebody killed her on purpose, like a job. Like they were passing through town, did the job, and moved on.
Oh, you wasn't getting shot.
Yeah.
It's interesting when I picked up like.
What'd you get?
Well, you read that? There's a lot of it.
Where did you get Washington? Were we in front of that park over there?
We were walking along the street.
There you go with that light again.
Careful.
So that's honestly the only one that truly stands out to me.
Okay.
That's Washington Park. That's why I asked. So, how's our word list look, Linda? We got anything going on? Any feeling with a murder mystery?
Madeline. Confirm. Not really. Nothing.
No.
There's juror. Also would agree. Publish report.
Where was the shot?
We don't know that
Name
either.
Pat.
Again, this was so quick that somebody. I mean, all we know is where she was found. We just don't know how long she was there, the trajectory of the bullet.
Broken glass.
Not that they could find. Because they did.
Was she in the building or outside?
She was walking outside. I love how you're trying to be the sleuth here and trying to put it all together.
I watched too much TV.
All right. You got anything else crazy on there besides shut up and those crazy bells in your ears?
I want you guys talking. If anything else is coming through at all I hear is people talking.
Okay. So just hand it over to me. I'll put a stop to it.
That bell was.
Anybody else want to give us a crazy listen before I stop the recording? Faith's like, yes.
I heard like a straight.
Well, we're just going to give you like a minute on there so you can kind of get the gist of what it sounds like. And then we'll go move on to our blindfold spot and see if we can get out. Yeah, you literally hear everything.
Yes, it was really loud. It pretty sound like it was right here. As soon as that car was down there, I started looking over. Yeah, I saw you like
And even when you guys get the recording back, like it still doesn't do the full thing any justice. But it looks like there was probably about 7 to 8 minutes on there before I hit stop. So definitely have plenty to go through. All right, let's go blindfold some people. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Nick, is it okay if she doesn't want to dance?
Basically, it's just whatever happened. That's what I was like, oh, maybe I'll get into it.
I want to watch her.
You want to go going home? Your bedroom's 3 people nice, don't worry.
Yeah, I told him.
And you guys look the same.
Maybe you also get confused. Which one am I supposed to be representing?
Oh, I took the wrong turn.
Oh, dang, they just. Oh, wrong kid.
Nothing doesn't go away.
Come on over, have a seat. Yeah, I'm going to take this to your house.
this egg house.
We come back, because I'm going to take the rest of these folks over to that, especially when they're in the middle of the dark cover. And then walking away, it doesn't look good. Just don't put it on until we come back. So I'm going to give you a blindfold that's disposable. Keep your own eye boogers. If you can figure out how to open it, awesome. If not, I'll help you when you get back. It isn't work on the front. And we'll open all the way up like a fat man mask. So we'll open up flat. So,
I don't have something to look at all day.
yeah. That's why you put your big part here. And then I'll take the wrapper. Good luck with the rest of it.
Why'd the light shut off?
All right, everybody. Let's go this way.
Maybe I'll take this time.
Okay.
Do you want to do this, Hallie? Hey, congratulations!
Congratulations.
I got bacon.
So this one is a little bit different. So when we get over there, I'm going to be giving them a few tips and tricks on what to expect out of there. Both cameras, as we went through, basically videoing the entire thing, keep your cameras on them, so that way they can watch it later on. I am not going to be giving them the history of this location. They'll have to wait for the regular audio or your video, or you guys can tell them what's going on when on your way home or back to your rooms. So we will stay pretty close, tight-knit, just like this, and I'll need a family member from each group to stay nearby. So that's that, because there's going to be cues. She's not going to be able to hear us, so she's going to need to know when we're done. So you're just going to be standing close by to help me out with that, okay?
Okay.
Because I'm not going to touch it. So first time I came in here was a year ago when I was just testing it for the new space, and I didn't know what to expect. I had two people because everybody canceled, like we're good for me for tomorrow. Everybody canceled for tomorrow. And so I'm like, oh, I'm going to take a night off. It'll be 39 degrees or whatever. But anyway, everybody canceled with two people, and I had a person with a spirit box. And I just told her to tell me whatever she heard, just like what I've been doing with you guys all night, but I didn't know what to find in here. So what they heard was the year 1828 and the name Henry. I was using Linda's word list, like I always do when I have smaller groups, and the name Tim was on there. Behind me is a bust of Henry Timrod, who was born in 1828. Not make this stuff out. Here's what you need to know about him. This is very short and quick. He's a writer, and he's sick for most of his life. So being born in 1828, he's old enough to go fight in the Civil War 1860s. He was out to the battlefield to fight for the Confederate side. He's from Charleston, and his comrades realized he was too sick to fight. So they sent him home, knowing he was a writer, and said, go be the voice of the war. Go tell people what's going on. He came home and started writing poetry about what was going on in the battlefield. He became known as the Laureates of the Confederacy. It's a pretty prestigious title in case you're not familiar with the writing thing. However, a couple years go by, and he has a son. His son's name is Willie. He's born on Christmas Eve, but he dies 9 months later, October 23rd, 1865. So, he's obviously a very sad death for his wife Katie, and Henry's not writing as much. There's another writer friend that realizes he's not publishing as much as what he was before Willie was born. He says, go lose my cottage in the middle of Columbia, that's the middle of the state. You can get back on track and leave your wife Katie behind to mourn with her parents that were visiting. He goes out to that cottage, and that's where he wrote his last words. His last words were, dear Greek mortality, meaning dear person with a short life, who coughed, and it landed on the page in bloodstain, had tuberculosis, died right there at the age of 38. That bloodstain looks like a man writing at his desk. There's a perfect legendary mark for this guy to leave behind. We call this the Blood Book, and they show up one day a year, the actual page, at the Charleston Library Society. You have to be a member of the society to be able to go see that Blood Book. However, the internet's beautiful. I'll show you what the page looks like, and then we're going to go talk to those two as if they're a ghost. So, I will tell you that both Henry and his son were both born in December, and both died in October. The month of October, for me, was very dry for us. We did not get much out of this at all. So here's your Blood Book, and there is the blood stain that he left behind. It looks like a man writing on his desk. So, I will tell you that I will also. Who else got the other spirit box? Who's got the red one? Oh, I put it away. Never mind. With this, so Barbie, you're going to be the only other person with a communication device in the window. So hopefully, if the answers aren't coming out of them, hopefully it's going to come to one of your devices. So just kind of keep that in mind.
Maybe we just keep the camera on them.
Yeah, I would keep the camera on them. Every once in a while, if you want to do like a full 360 turn, that's okay. Just to kind of get a gist of our environment. We have gotten triple-digit EMF here before. 167 is the highest we've ever seen. So just kind of keep an eye on your EMF readings. Let me know what you guys get. Just remember, Ashley's not going to be able to hear me. So let's go get this process rolling. So we can get at this.
No. Why you need toasty?
I don't think I
That's what I mean, I'm not. So you might as well wear it and be not freezing. You know what I mean?
Out of this. So a couple of things. I'm never going to Allie is going to help me out. When we are done, she's going to tap you on the leg. That means you take off your own equipment. Okay, I'm never going to touch you. If you're speaking too loud, which may be a problem for you because you are loud, we have neighbors. I try not to piss them off. So she's going to tap you on the shoulder, which means quiet down. If we can't hear you, which I don't think will be a problem, she may lift up your earmuffs and just say loud. So I'll give you the cues for whenever you need to do any of those things. Obviously, Lauren, you're going to be able to hear us to, get those cues. If I say go ahead and peel that thing off your face, that means we're wrapping it up. You'll only stay under for 10 minutes long. That's it. Any more than that can be very disorienting, especially for people that don't do this on a regular basis. I want you both to keep in mind that everything that's in your hands is all meant to be for one person. It's a little too much for one person who doesn't do this to have that guy on. You hear it, say it. I don't care if it's yes, no, black, purple, I don't care what it is. Yes, no answers, I expect those too. This is one of those instances, it's okay because you don't know what I'm asking. You're also going to
So I won't be able to hear you at all.
I don't. You're going to crank that spirit box up to where you can't hear. So kind of keep that in mind. I'm going to be asking you questions. You're not going to know what those questions are. This should look like a conversation. That's what the whole point is. Let's see. So I would say blindfold first, and then put your headphones on.
might not
and
go
turn
up.
and then turn that thing up. I will start the timer as soon as you start talking. With yours, Lauren, you're going to tell us whatever you see.
Oh,
So
it's
don't
already
put
ready?
it. Nope.
Is it ready?
I'm
Oh,
setting
okay.
it up now.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
Which way is louder? I did. I'd switch your phone.
turn it that way. So Lauren, with yours, I have this set up to where there's going to be like a cloud of smoke rolling around, and you are going to see 2D images show up in front of that smoke.
Okay.
So
do I look around or just forward?
you look straight forward,
Okay.
and it'll line up with you.
Okay.
If you've never used one of these before, this is your focus. There's a little dial right here. Okay. Slide this in out of that.
She's not loud. I listen to my music.
She went to a house at concert. She's probably. Oh, weird.
Put the headphones on before you start playing for volume. Alright, everybody, let's crowd in. Nice and tight. It's 11:11 on the nose. Ashley, can you hear me?
So I just describe what I'm seeing.
That's it. Nice, simple terms.
Okay.
Ashley, can you hear me? What color is a blue banana? Perfect. She can't hear me. Henry Timrod? if you-
Goodness.
She's too loud. Somebody tap her on the shoulder. No, that means we're done. Shoulder,
Oh,
shoulder.
sorry.
Henry, if you're here, I need you to start explaining your occupation, please. Can you give us something about your occupation? Anything about your occupation, your job?
Sweet. Research.
Okay. Well, I did do some research. What did you research? That's too vague for me, Henry. I need something a little bit more specific.
I'll have to stand up.
You know? That's not happening here.
And you're one of these.
You're right. I am a writer. Thank you
Tighter.
for that. Henry, can you tell us what you wrote about? I'm going to take that as a valid answer, that you are also one of
You
these.
don't know.
and you should tell us.
Next thing.
Basically,
one.
I don't want to talk about it. Henry, do you want to talk about what you wrote about? Yes or no?
No.
Henry,
This brand.
do you not want to talk about your writing? Lauren, when you see something, just start shouting it out.
Okay. I feel
Henry,
like I keep seeing a boat. I don't know.
boat?
It's like shaped like a.
I swear to God.
Does it look like like an actual photograph, or is it the smoke?
It keeps coming. It might be the same thing repeating itself.
Oh, these are
If
going to
I
look like
ever
photographs. Like
These are gonna look like photographs.
Yes. You're not
Okay,
looking
never
for
mind, never
images
mind.
in the smoke.
Okay. Photographs.
Fire department.
Henry, let's get back on track
It was
here.
good.
Henry, did you bring somebody else here with you today? That's a yes/no question. Because if you did, they're not welcome here right now. We're only looking to speak with you, Henry.
Say it. Real fun.
Henry, we started off strong. I think we lost a little focus.
Refills if you want.
We don't need any.
Open enrollment. We never stop.
Henry, let's get back on track. Let's start over. Talk to us about what you used to write about.
Worship.
Thank you. Can you tell us which war you wrote about? Which one you served in?
Important news. I ran out of the house.
Henry,
House. She kicked me to the curb.
Henry, which
Right now.
Which war did you serve in?
Washington is up.
There's a real-time question, Henry. What sound are we hearing right now out of the church? What sound did we just get out of the church? We've actually had that spelled out for us, by the way. Like B-E-L-L-S has come through. Henry, what sound did we just get out of the church? You can give me the name of the church. I'll take that as acceptable.
Help me. Biblical preachers. Right to your door.
No, I just don't.
Right now.
Can you tell us what type of writing you do? Like novels?
2 months short. Coming.
Yeah.
That's what I deserved.
Wow.
Maybe it's not.
Well, actually, the Mary story came from this. That's how I learned about it. Because I was getting
You have a
images.
stick of butter?
Ask her what's married.
Mary? Mary? Is that you?
Sometimes your dad's.
Mary? Can you tell us what happened to you? If that's you that's trying to come through?
Oh, it looks like a woman.
How old is this woman?
Young.
Oh, yeah.
Can't break up now. 20. Population. Happy New Year. Past 20. Tonight.
Oh, there. It's like she's fallen down, or Her right arm is out. Concrete.
She said in her 20s, she said 20. If this happened, and that woman was 64 years old. Like, that's what's not making sense.
What makes it great?
We've got 20 locked away. Yeah.
Honda.
And when she said New Year, I got like a New Year a couple times, and I was like,
Like the word Charleston. Wasn't
The
it?
fire.
So let's get back on track with what we have here. Can you give us your first name, please? Just too many similarities.
It's time to change.
Who do we have here? Can you give us your first name, please? I was looking to speak with Henry Timrod. But if Mary Ravenel is here, we will take evidence from you.
Be unique.
I guess more unique than me. Henry?
Pain.
Henry, did you bring Mary Ravenel here with you?
Yes, I've started the beginning.
Can you please let her know that
If it goes Lord up above.
that it's okay to come forward? Because we're learning more about her as well.
Late.
Mary, can you tell us your first name, please? Verify
It's
that
fun.
verify that you're here. Mr. Timrod says you're here. I would like some verification.
She says.
Said what?
That was it.
What are you guys wanting us to go home?
A tattoo for you. But God, I need a favor.
Son, come on, what? Henry,
The great art.
we're down to about 2
If you
minutes.
wonder why.
Henry or Mary, we're using the green box too. Don't be afraid of that.
Walk with us.
For those whatever images you want us to see. We've only got what, 2 inches? Henry,
If someone. Take her home. One way home.
It's not. I can hear it. He's doing it again. Yeah.
Henry. One more image and we'll call it a night. Sure, and give us that image. Not staying here till morning. That's what I'm watching. Henry.
She's gone. Boy.
We're going to say goodbye.